not really been making any content, and there's a good reason for it. Part of it is I've been sick. And still trying to get over that. But the Shelby has been in the Ford dealership for the last month, being worked on, or well, trying to diagnose the problem. Now, we think it fixed itself for the most part. So I went and picked it up yesterday. So I do have it back. But while I was waiting on it, and you know, I tried to do the whole daily driving a Shelby GT. You know, it was a good idea, but it became real unpractical. So I went and bought this. This one's a 2012 Mazda 3 6-speed manual. Bought it with 145,000 miles on it, clean, completely stock. Whenever I got it, all I've really done to it is I bought a little tailback exhaust for it, and it ended up being the wrong one, so I just left the muffler off, and just gonna, you know, correct it, put a muffler back on. Probably just put a glass pack just to get a little bit of sound and knock off a little bit of this humming that you get with straight pop on these cars. But I'm gonna go out on a limb, and this is the first Mazda I've ever owned. I want to go out on a limb and say with this car, wow, it is actually a really fun car to drive. I've had a blast with this thing ever since I had it, and you know, gas mileage forever. I think it averages like 37 miles a gallon, 35, something like that. Smooth clutch, smooth gear shift. Very little that it comes with very little, but it's very little to complain about. It's actually an amazing little car. One of my biggest things that I didn't like about it is there's no visual heat hand. There's a cold light when you first start it, and then there's a red light if it gets too hot. But I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I actually have one of those little OBD2 digital speedometers hooked up to it, and I can see my engine coolant temp from there. So, you know, air fuel ratio and narrowband stuff. And then, of course, your digital speed and volts. So, you know, that fixes that problem pretty easy. clutch pedal on this one is a little different. The way that it engages really, really low. And I'm used to ones that engage at the high end, so you know, it's kind of taking off. I hadn't started yet, but I'm sure eventually I'm going to. I keep realizing what's going on, so I just give it more throttle and get it going again. But yeah, for some, and you know, I picked this car up for like $4,900. So, you know, cheap, reliable. Apparently these Sky Active engines are super reliable. Can't say enough about this transmission. It's like electronically smooth. In a nutshell, this has very quickly become one of my more favorite cars just because of gas mileage. Still bang around on gears. Enjoy yourself and pay next to nothing in insurance and drive forever on one little ticket.